Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Before I start the video, like always, I do want to say if you guys can give me a like, subscribe, and comment. Yesterday, I was extremely bullish on my video. I think yesterday we hit like a random, but I think yesterday we hit like I think 20 likes or 30 likes. If we can make it to 100 likes, man, that'd be fantastic. I know I know it might take a little bit out of you guys to push that button on the top on the upper left hand side, but you guys can please take maybe 1 second, like right now, to push that like button. It definitely helps my videos get pushed out to other people that like them as much as you guys and would find them as helpful as you guys. So with that being said, I am still bullish. Yesterday, for the most part, we just kind of traded sideways. We went up and down. I think there was data released. But as of right now, I mean, you have broken a 4-hour trend, which is great. I still think that right now you are going towards like a 404, 406. More than likely, I am looking more for a 406 today. We did close a perfect entry on the 8-hour. So usually what happens on these perfect entries on the 8-hour, you end up going up around $5 to $10, right? So on the perfect entry, you go up from 407 up to 410, so around the $3 move. On the second hour, you actually end up going all the way up to 414. So this whole move was actually about $7 on that perfect entry on the 8-hour. Again here, right from the lows of 389 to highs of 397, so around $9. And then perfect entry back here. This one kind of canceled out and came back down, but on the second perfect entry, you went up from 378 to 382, so that's about a $4 move, and then you went up to 384, so 384 to 378 is about $5-6. Again, 8-hour perfect entry from these lows of 391 all the way up to 396, another $5 move. This entry here was super ridiculous. I forgot, it's probably news, right? But 393 all the way up to 409, so that's more of I think that's like a $17 move, which is pretty ridiculous. Perfect entry again here from 393 all the way up to 398, another $5 move. And again, here from the lows of 370 to the highs of 376. So again, between $5, $6, somewhere around that range. I am looking for, like a $5 push from these lows. So from these lows, it was $3.99. So I'm looking for a $5 push. So that's why I'm looking for a 404, which would be somewhere here, up all the way up to a 406, 407 on the SPX. So I am looking, like I said, for a 404, 406. And I do think that we are possibly I'm more lenient to the 406, simply because we actually already broke trend on the high side, right? So this was the 4-hour trend. You already broke it. I think we already retested on the. Did we retest? We haven't retested, so that's kind of a little worrisome, right? Usually what happens here is you actually end up retesting down, so we actually end up retesting, you didn't. So I could expect the move down back here to like 399 and then push, but I'm actually more bullish towards the upside, and I would say that today, tomorrow, I am looking for a move all the way back up to 404, 406. So I definitely think there's a really high chance of that happening. The dollar consistently keeps breaking highs. I do think right now it's a good time to actually start shorting, because the dollar is on a perfect 4-hour entry. Would not be surprised to see the dollar back at 103.870 today, tomorrow. So it would be the perfect time to start not shorting, longing everything right now, because we do have the dollar going more towards the downside right now, which is pretty great. And then the 8-hour looks like it's going to be actually closing soon, but again, it's more really on the 4-hour. I think the 4-hour is more consistent. On the hour, you're actually going to be closing that hour bear trigger in about 28 minutes. So for the most part, I think you're probably going to go back down somewhere in the range of 104.1, possibly all the way back to 103.8. So that I'm looking for this range right here on the dollar. So for the most part, I think it's nothing but longs today. Although long term, you actually just became profitable on the dollar for the weekly. So you actually closed back here. You actually closed on the dollar back here at 104.321. You closed this back in December. My indicators, if you would have just bought here, you would have been, as of right now, you would have been profitable by a little bit, right? Break even would have been down here at 104.3. You would have been profitable right now, 104.4, 104.5 almost, right? So dangerous, very dangerous. You broke minor trend here. There is no resistance right now up until 105, and then after that it's 108. I can almost guarantee you that we're headed back to 108.1 on the DXY. It seems extremely likely. The SPX 500, I already told you guys that that I'm extremely bearish after this Friday, because that's when we actually have a confirmed bear trigger on the weekly, and there's like a 95% chance right now that this is actually going to be broken. This is actually going to close. So I can almost guarantee you that we're going to see like a $30 to like a $70 drop within the next month or two. I can almost guarantee that, right? I'm looking for a 370, 375 between now and like the next month or so. I do think CPI next month is going to come back extremely horrible. It just right as of right now, I would be not be surprised to see everything run up today. But for the most part, I'm still pretty bearish. Nvidia did some extremely crazy stuff. Their earnings was ridiculous, and it came all the way up here. I am gonna be planning on shorting Nvidia if it does not break 230.45. So that high right here, I think it was 230.49 actually. So if it does not break that high, I'm 100% going into shorts, because I think Nvidia is going to do absolutely. I mean, it did really great on earnings, I guess, but yeah, I'm going to be shorting all of this, because there's no way that it's gonna leave that huge ass gap open. It's going to be the same thing as like Meta and stuff. Also, Bitcoin starting to see that huge drop right now, right? You're still on that daily trigger. You just closed it. You've been consistent. You have a long way to go. I still think we're going down to, I still think you're going down to retest on the weekly trigger. Again, Bitcoin's going to be closing that weekly bear trigger this week on Friday. Not surprised. I will not be surprised if you do actually come down to something stupid like, a 16.9, 17K when you retest this trend here somewhere, right? So I would not be surprised if you actually come all the way down to like 13, 15K to retest all this range right here, this whole trend. Would not be surprised if you guys come down and retest that. So as of right now, as of this Friday, the same thing with the SPX. I will be extremely bearish on absolutely everything. The same thing with Ethereum, right? You had a bear close 2 weeks ago, you canceled it, and then you canceled it again. And then my Patreon members know when you have a cancellation like this, when you have a bull bear, that means there's a pretty high probability that you're going to be dropping down extremely hard. So in this case, on Friday, if we do close like this, getting into shorts into like Mara, for example, right? Or getting into shorts for, I think, BITF, you can short HUT, right? All these Bitcoin miners, these are all going to suffer extremely hard. I would probably short HUT all the way back down to like, under $1. I would probably short BIT or Bitforms all the way again to this gap here at like 58 cents. I would short Mara down to possibly $3.61, which would be more than a 50% drop from here. So I would definitely short all the Bitcoin miners down to maybe for them to drop like a 50% full drop. So we'll see. But yeah, that's my wife. I'm extremely bearish. I think the whole market's gonna go to shit in the next possibly like month or so. So as soon as after that week bear closes, I think everything's gonna go down extremely hard. Today though, I am pretty bullish on SPX. Pretty bullish on it going back to 404, 406, right? So yeah, super bullish on it going up to 404, 406. I do think we're gonna go back up to that range and then possibly just dump super hard after that. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.